our men and burn our babies, and we'll secure the peace. And when we win the peace, we'll win both wars. We will win both the propaganda war and the war on the ground and give a different future for the people of Gaza and for ourselves.
You have had a strong supporter in United States President Donald Trump. You mentioned that support a moment ago, both in terms of anti-Semitism, but also, of course, in the fight against Iran. You've also got a strong personal relationship with the president. Do you think he's dismayed or even horrified by the Australian government's hostility towards Israel, its voting record in recent years at the United Nations?
Well, it's certainly dismayed us, and I think he sort of said, you know, what these countries say is irrelevant. And in the practical sense, he's right, because we're not going to commit suicide and put another Palestinian state right next to our doorstep in Tel Aviv or in Jerusalem, because that's the distances are tiny. You know, Israel is like a fraction of 1%, I think, of Australia, just to give your viewers an understanding. It's a tiny country. And they want us to put in the middle of this tiny country another Palestinian state. Another, because we just had one, a de facto Palestinian state in Gaza. And what did the Palestinians do with it? Did they take care of their own people? Did they build up Gaza? No, they built it down into terror tunnels, for their terrorist monsters. And they openly declared their goal is, if you give them another opportunity, another state, they'll do it again. They'll kidnap people, they'll rape the women, they'll take the hostages, and they'll go to the extermination of Israel. That's their goal. So when Prime Minister Albanese and the leaders of France and Britain and others, when they say, oh, we'll give them a Palestinian state, they're actually rewarding terror. And they're saying, it doesn't matter what horrors you people do. It doesn't matter that you say that you'll go not only after Israel, but after the United States, death to Israel, America, death to the West. Last time I looked, Australia was part of the West, okay? Even though it's in the East. But it's our common Judeo-Christian civilization. They want to tear it down and destroy it. But it does matter, I think. In practical terms, no, it won't happen. But what will happen is you will encourage more and more and more of this radicalism in your own country,
Absolutely.
in your own children.
Absolutely.
And you will see this violence and this radicalism in your city, because if your leaders don't take a stand and they say, this is wrong, I know that what is being portrayed in the media is false, and I, as a leader, I take a stand, and I'm telling you, citizens of my country, take a stand against that too. If you don't do that, then the crocodile will get you in the end.
And that's what we're seeing at the moment. Prime Minister, I'm conscious of our time together. Look, when I saw you in your office about 10 months ago, you spoke to me about the threat of Iran, which you've since dealt with. You also spoke about your hopes for expanding the Abraham Accords, a return to the normalization deal with Saudi Arabia. Is this still your vision for peace in the region, for having a stable and peaceful Israel?
Very much so. I think, I believe in a simple idea. It's simple, but I think profound. It's called peace through strength. First comes the strength, then comes the peace. That's the rule in our part of the world, and I suspect also in your part of the world. If you're strong, you can make peace. If you're strong, you make allies. That's how it works. And Israel is strong. It's strong yet fighting, with just means, a just war against tremendous vilification and lies. But we don't give up. And I think we're on the verge of completing this war, a seven-front war that includes Iran and its proxies. And when that happens, I think we'll have tremendous opportunities to expand the peace. I myself made, with President Trump, the Abraham Accords, 4 peace treaties with the Arab states that hadn't been done for a quarter of a century. And I think after our victory, we're going to have plenty more.
There are reports tonight that Hamas is on the verge of accepting a deal for a ceasefire. Is this true, and do you still plan to take over Gaza and eliminate the terrorists if they do agree to a deal?
Well, we're going to do that anyway. There's never a question that we're not going to leave Hamas there. I think President Trump put it best. He says Hamas has to disappear from Gaza. We can't leave these. It's like leaving the SS in Germany. You clear out most of Germany, but what? You leave out Berlin with the SS and the Nazi core there? Of course not. But I've said that this war could end today. It can end it if Hamas lays down its arms and releases the remaining 50 hostages, at least 20 of which are alive. And that's our goal, to get all the hostages out, to disarm Hamas, demilitarize Gaza, and give a different future for Gazans. And by the way, you'd be surprised, Sherry, I don't think this was true when I last met you, but it's true today. We have Gazans fighting Hamas, and they say,
So
Prime
brave.
Minister, don't stop. They're very brave. They fight Hamas. They say, free us from this Hamas tyranny. My goal is not to occupy Gaza, it's to free Gaza. Free them from Hamas tyranny, free Israel and others from Hamas terrorism, give Gaza and Israel a different future. And I think we're close to doing it. It'll have to, of course, mean getting the last strongholds of Hamas. They shouldn't be there. Everybody understands that. Get rid of the crocodile.
Very quick last question. What will it take to restore the friendship between Israel and Australia?
There's been a great underlying friendship there for over a century. In 1917, actually, in 2017, I had the 100th anniversary in Beersheba, celebration of the Australian forces along with New Zealanders who actually liberated Beersheba from Ottoman rule. And, you know, we had the charge of the Australian light horse reenacted. It was very moving. And we've had a great relationship over the years. I think it's been gone astray because I think leaders did not show the strength and conviction that they should have when we're fighting the war of Western civilization against these barbarians. And I think, ultimately, most Australians will get it. If they don't get it now, they certainly got it. I think many of them will get it today, and many will get it once we finish this war and give a future of peace and prosperity.
Absolutely.
I want to assure you, and I want to assure them that we will win.
Prime Minister, thank you enormously for being here, for being so generous with your time today. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharon.